Our great and Bedford Voc-Tech mentors. How many of you are mentees? Are you ready? How many of you are football players? Mentor program, we have a speaker series throughout the year, and we bring individuals in who have really made a difference in their lives and in the lives of others. So,
job wasn't act like I was bigger and better than nobody. I talked to the most popular kid to the least popular kid, to the lunch ladies to the janitors. I treated everybody with respect in the same way, and in return, all I got was respect and love. Lunch ladies, throw me some extra food. Janitors, you need anything? Just some simple things. And so now, I've been gone out of high school, been away. You know, people might message me on Instagram and Twitter. They're like, "Hey, you remember when you did this for me? I appreciate it. You remember when you did this? Thank you for that." You know what I mean? So we become role models on that aspect. Okay, but about myself, as you know, I'm from the Bedford area. I grew up here. I first lived in Presidential Heights. Y'all know where that is? Right there in North End. I grew up there in President. About 6, 7, 8. Moved a little bit around. But I started playing this game football. And football to me was my everything, my goal, my love. At 8 years old, I fell in love with it. My first practice, you know, I had a girls' bike. I rode a girls' bike to Bonewood Park just because I see the big group of people there. I was concerned. Man, what's going on here? I said, we had a football sign for New Bedford Bears. I said, where do I sign up? I said, here's a paper. You got to get, you know, your family, your mom to sign and pay a waiver. I took that paper. I rode that bike so fast at my grandmother's house. I'm like, Grandma, you gotta sign me up to this, man. I want to play football. I want to play football. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I started playing the game of football at 8 years old. At the time, I was number 56 for Lawrence Taylor. And I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's a little older. He's a linebacker. You know what I mean? I'm known to play running back, but at the time I had that number because I was so aggressive and so raw at football. I didn't even think of that talent. Where was the ball I was going to get and go and get there? So 8 years old, I started playing the game of football. Played till I was 9, 10. Around that time, I met Justin Cruz here, who's my brother and beyond. I could talk for days about this man. So he became my best friend. At that time, we had a weigh-in, so you would weigh in before every season. And my mom don't have her license, don't have a car, and it was tough to get around. So I was late. I was out at like a day party, house party, messing around with my older cousins, and I overslept the next morning. His dad drove 45 minutes to come pick me up from Rhode Island so I could weigh in. At that time, he said, Jordan, what were you doing? I said, I was out at a house party with my cousins, you know, dancing, listening to music, having a good time. I said, from now on, you're going to sleep over my house every weekend before the game so we can get you there. At first, I'm like, I know you, but I don't know you like that. We definitely come from different backgrounds, but didn't know what to expect. At this time, yeah, didn't know what to expect. So I'm chilling, I'm hanging out. Something tells me, just pick up the phone. You give him a call. I say, hey, Coach, man, how you doing? He said, I'm good. What are you up to? I said, I'm hanging at my grandmother's house. You know, we got a game the next day. I'll tell you what, I'll come pick you up. First time I got in the car with Justin and his parents. I'm in there, so you know, you get to feel somebody out. You want to see what they're like, you know, if they've got anything in common with you. We get in the car. You listen to the hip hop. I think it was Jammin' 945 at the time. I'm like, all right, wait, they know the words to this? Okay. We're getting a little closer, and from there became a totally different bond. I feel like growing up, me and Justin definitely came from different backgrounds, didn't have a lot in common, but that brotherly bond that I got from him and his family, bringing me in and doing that, we grew and we changed, and we became able to eat off each other. Different things that he didn't know in the streets, or different things I was able to teach him. Things about school or priorities, he was able to teach me. And we just grew off that as a brothership and a bond. At that time, I was still living in New Bedford with my mom, and now I'm growing up in the South End. So I'm at Monty's Park every day. We're playing ball, we're doing things, me and my homies doing the regular, hanging out with the wrong crowd, I'll be honest with you. But at the same time, that was all I seen. That was all I knew. All I knew was the projects, my homies playing ball, looking up to the older guys doing what they were doing because I was so blind to it. It's called like horse blinders. If you get stuck in something that you see over and over, you start to think that that's supposed to happen. You think it's supposed to be there. You know what I mean? You may grow up with family, with your dad in your life, dad not in your life, grandparents may raise you, mom might raise you. You become accustomed to almost that circumstance that you get caught in. I call it being caught in the box, or like Coach Justin would say, being caught in the cage. You cage yourself and you cage your mind because you're like, well, my mom did it, my auntie did it, my uncle did it, so why don't I just do it? But you gotta break that cycle, and it's not easy, but you want to do it. So I come home one day from middle school, and my mom's crying. We all know, all men, women, our mom is our heart and our joy. This is the love we got for our mother. We will never have the same love for anybody. I come home, my mom's crying. I'm like, Mom, what's wrong? Jordan, they don't want you to come back to school. What? You've been kicked out of Roosevelt. I'm like, Ma, they playing. Like, they're just trying to scare you and me. This can't be happening. It's like, nah, they serious. For me, I'm hard-headed, I'm stubborn. I'm like, nah, I don't believe it. I try to go to school the next day. Nah, we don't want you here. So I'm 13 years old. I'm between 12 and 13 years old. Come home, my mom's crying. I go to school, they tell me they don't want you there, so you kicked out of school. So my options at the time was Westside High, or be doing some job out of school at 13 years old. I can't do that. I didn't know what to do. First thing I did is I called Justin. Hey bro, you would call your best friend at that time when you're going through that. Hey man, I just got kicked out of school. I don't know what to do, this, that, and the third. Justin had about 3 words, three-minute conversation with me. He said, you want to talk to my mom? I'm like, talk to your mom? I got call for you. Like, I'm going through it right now. I don't know what to do mentally, you know what I'm saying? He's like, here, just talk to my mom. I get on the phone with his mom, who's Dana, my second mom. We had about a 5-minute conversation. She said, you know what, Jordan? You want to move in here? You can come live here with us in Dartmouth and to get a fresh new start. And me just going to Dartmouth was a fresh start for just on a page to get to high school and graduate high school. Because I wasn't on the page or the right path for nothing else but destruction. By me going there and getting that opportunity, so now I get another fresh start. I go from a school pretty much in the hood, Roosevelt, to now I'm in Dartmouth Middle School. I'm used to tons of minorities in my school, to now there's probably 8 to 10 black kids in my school. I'm like, whatever. I'd never seen color, it didn't bother me, but I knew it was totally different from where I came from. Got different respects, got different bonds. Like, you know, people might want to try you a little bit. Oh, he's from the Bedford. He thinks he's this, or he thinks he's that. So they tried me. It only took them one time, but they never tried me again. But from that aspect, I surrounded myself around people that had a different upbringing than me, that seen different things, that had different goals and ambitions. You started seeing people almost caring about their grades. And I'm a competitor in everything I do. I don't want to lose at tic-tac-toe, chess, Madden, 2K. I don't care what it is. If I'm doing it, I'm trying to be the best at it. Why else do it? You know what I mean? So I see it and I start to change a little bit. Okay, so I can do this. I start putting in the bare minimum. I start putting in that extra effort. And so with that bare minimum, that's what you're going to end up with, the minimum. I don't want the minimum of anything. I want it all. That's the type of mindset I had. So now, I'm sorry.
Christian News. You just go to the Welcome Center, honey.
Sorry, Kristen. I never wanted to accept that bare minimum. So now I go to Dartmouth Middle School. I'm out there doing my thing, having a good time. So move on to high school. My high school, now I'm going to Dartmouth High School to play football my freshman year. So now I just left New Bedford with all the kids I grew up playing through the Bears, hanging out in the streets, boys and girls stuff every day. Now I'm going to Dartmouth to go to school. Man, you're a sellout, you're a traitor, you're this, you're that, I can't believe you. These are guys that I called my brothers, the guys I would split anything I had with them, you know what I mean? Like, wow, like, that's how you feel? Like, I'm going for school, and in school only. We get to play football against the Whalers, you know, a little beef and things like that go on, but that's a little football competition that goes by. My sophomore year, I go to school, I'm gonna continue to play, but I'm sorry, my freshman year there, the last game I got an opportunity to play varsity against Fairhaven, in Fairhaven High School. I rushed for over 200 yards in my first game of varsity, 14 years old, probably weigh 140 pounds. Well, I was real skinny, real small. But I did my thing, but I had that opportunity to do that. Years after that, I started getting letters in college, you know what I mean? Different schools that I would have never thought about going to, or never even thought I had the opportunity to go to. My first initial goal of going to Dartmouth was just to graduate high school. Now I'm seeing, whoa, wait, I got an opportunity to go around the world to play football or get a scholarship. I know my family can't afford it. A scholarship school I went to is UConn. That's about $40,000 a year. My mom don't make $40,000 a year. So how can I expect her to put money aside for me to go to school? But I felt like that's where I wanted to go. I wanted to break the norm. I don't know anybody in my family that's been to college or graduated college and had that opportunity. So I started getting closer and closer. I'm thinking, I'm actually in reach of this. This dream that I have is coming true, it's coming closer. I surround myself around people who believe in me, the mentors, you know what I mean? And my dad, Steve, was a mentor. Coach Lynch was a mentor. Coach White was a mentor. People that, as much as I wanted to succeed, they wanted me to succeed. It's like Heather Larkin and the rest of these teachers around it. They got you in here in this room for a reason. They see something in you. You know, they believe in you. They want you to succeed and be better than me in life. So I started getting closer and closer. Now I'm getting these scholarships in. I get to go. My first scholarship offer was Maryland, and I had my one more was Purdue. Purdue was my second scholarship, and that's in West Lafayette, Indiana. 18-hour drive from here. And like I said, my mom don't have a car, no license. How is she gonna come see me out there in Indiana? I'm in college, I don't got money to fly them out there. So I go out there, visit, official visit, totally different lifestyle. I like it, it's cool, but I'm like, I don't think this is for me. I continue to go in high school, I'm doing my thing, get a scholarship from Boston College, scholarship from UConn. These schools are big name schools. So now to get to those schools, yeah, I'm a good football player, but my grades gotta add up. I gotta have a 3.0, no, I'm sorry, I think a 2.0, and I need to have a certain SAT scores. So I had to be like I had to average a C in every class, and my SAT scores had to equal up, or I couldn't even get that scholarship offer. So I'm working hard, and the school was never my specialty, but I knew that to do what I wanted to do, I had to come to school. Y'all in school, you have to be here, so you might as well give it everything you got. And at the same time, this right here is such a small part of your life. These 3 years, 4 years pass, they go by fast. You'll think about, man, I remember when I was a freshman. I remember when I was a sophomore. Before you know it, you're a senior like that. Now you're 18 years old. You're a grown adult. At 18 years old, there's real life decisions you got to make. And them decisions come with consequences as well. It ain't a just juvenile situation. It ain't a slap on the wrist. You get treated like an adult. So now I decided to go to UConn. Now I feel like I made it. I'm going to UConn to school, full scholarship. It's an hour and a half down the street. My family can make it, come to all my games. I go to my senior prom, dating this girl for about 2 years, get on a party bus with good people. I surrounded myself around good successful people that I felt like I knew they were going to college, they had their mind on straight, and they had goals and ambition. On this party bus, somebody decided, probably a few of them decided to bring some alcohol on the bus. Me, I shrugged my shoulders, I seen worse. We're hanging out, going there to arrive at Venus de Milo for my prom. So now we get there, mind you, I never got suspended in high school, never got into a fight, no issues at all. Nothing but respect from me to teachers, I gave it back, no issues. I pull up on the party bus to my prom, they're like, hey, principal gets on the bus, hey, we have rumors that there was alcohol on the bus, and we're gonna compensate it and go through the bus. I'm like, that's fine with me. I didn't drink in high school at all. I'm like, go on the bus, take the stuff, that's cool. We're trying to go on our prom and enjoy ourselves like everybody else. Comes out to the point where, at the time, nobody was taking, blame for the alcohol, so we all getting brought into a room, and they're like, all right, you can't get into your prom unless you pass a breathalyzer test. So everybody's, they're in a room, they're looking around. Oh shoot, I can't go to my prom without a breathalyzer. I'm not swearing, I'm not worried, because I know I'll pass the breathalyzer. My date at the time, her name was Leah, maybe too much information. She decided, I'll take the breathalyzer. At the time, this is my girl for about 2 or 3 years now. So she goes to take the breathalyzer test, and she fails. So now, all women, all girls, you grew up, you watch movies about proms. You get your dress, your makeup, nails, and all that, so she's hurt, she's distraught, she's pissed. I'm gonna be honest with you. So now I told her she can't get in the prom. So now, mind you, I'm in Venus de Milo. It's not in Dartmouth, not in New Bedford. I don't know those people. They don't know me. Police officers are around, and that's all they see is me, type of thing. She's upset. They tell her she can't do it. She flips a chair. One of the chairs that you're sitting in, no big chair. She flips the chair like, this is bullshit. I can't get in my own prom. She gets the cursing and swearing. Now I come to almost comfort her, put my arms around her, like, relax, Leah. I know you're hurt, but we're good. At this time, the cops come running from the side to grab Leah out of my hands. And I'm like, okay, but I got her. I can do this. So they grab her out of my hands. So like I said, she's pissed. So she's wiggling like, get off me, get off me. Cops slam my girl, boom. Put her in handcuffs. My boy Arthur Lynch, who played for Georgia and played for the Falcons as well, he grabbed me. So we're sitting here against the wall and we're just having a conversation. 5 minutes go by, 10 minutes go by. I would say about 5 minutes went by. A cop from that door comes to walk up to me and grabs me, puts me in handcuffs. So in my head, I'm like, wait, what? Well, one, I know I didn't do anything. Two, I worked too damn hard to get to where I'm going. I done survived way too much bull crap for me to go out this type of way. So now I'm in handcuffs. They're walking me to the door. I can't believe it. So in my head, I'm thinking positive, like, nah, maybe they're just trying to calm down the situation. They're walking with me in handcuffs. Maybe they just want to give me some fresh air. They're walking me with their handcuffs. Now it really hit me. Like, man, I really might be going to jail right now. I'm tearing up, I'm crying, I'm hurt, but I'm frustrated, I'm mad, don't know how to handle it. They walk me into the police car. I go in the police car, we have some words. Take me to the cell. Before you know it, I'm in my tuxedo, my suit. When I thought I was going to prom, I end up in a holding cell, me and my girl. So I'm in jail now. Now, you know, at this time, I built a name for myself. I built a reputation for myself. When you say your name and your reputation is all you got, believe it, that's all you got. And when they get an opportunity to dig your name in the dirt, in the mud, they will if you give them that opportunity. So now I'm going through it, so I'm like, damn, I just got arrested. I just signed a letter of intent to go to college to play football. Am I gonna lose my scholarship? Now I'm stuck here, I can't afford school. I'm nervous, I'm going through it. Now the next day, you know, at the time I didn't call my college to let them know because that'd be snitching on myself. I'm a little nervous to do that. I don't want to give it up, you know. Next thing you know, I'm in the 10 o'clock news, 7 o'clock news, 8 o'clock news. Jordan Todman, Down-the-Tide running back star arrested. Jordan Todman arrested. Jordan Todman arrested. I'm at the same house me and Justin living at. I'm caged in my own house. There's news channels and cameras outside of my house trying to get a word with me. The window's there. I'm laying down so they can't see me through the window. I'm hurt. Like I don't know what to do. My college coach called me, said, I heard about the situation. We know you're not that kind of guy. We know your character. We're going to work with you and help you get through this. So now I'm like, thank you. I appreciate you, Coach Axel, for sticking by me through this tough time. But at that time, it wasn't over. I had to go to court. We had to figure it out. At the time, I got charged with disorderly conduct and interfering with an arrest, which is more charges than she had, for whatever reason. I'm like, okay. So I go in there the first time. My lawyer's like, we got this. This is going to happen. We got this, don't worry about it. DA folds on us. I come back. Now this court is in Fall River because me and Samilo is in that area. I'm leaving the courtroom, this news cameras, channels, cars chasing me. I'm getting out of the courtroom, I'm running to my car. Like I said, I'm in tears. I can't believe this is happening to me. All said and done, it boils over, case charges get dropped, I get fined, I go out to Yukon. So now I'm like, all right. Another obstacle, another adversity that I had to face in my life. Not like my life it wasn't hard already with the upbringing, but just another obstacle that I had to get by to get to where I really wanted to be. Get past that, go on to college. So now I'm a little man and a little fish in a big pond, is what I like to say. Come from my city, New Bedford, that's all I know. Now I'm in a college with thousands of people. Other scholarship players from all over the world. For the first time in my life, I get there on the depth chart. I swear to God, I was probably 5th, 6th string running back. I'm like, what? I've never seen this in my life. I've been a baller, a starter, a player since Pop Warner, since I was 7, 8 years old. But I seen that meant nothing. I'm smaller, like I said, they're bigger than me. They may think they were faster than me, but my heart and my goal and where I came from, I said, I worked too hard to turn back now. I ain't never scared. I'm gonna grind and I'm gonna put in this work to make sure I'm that dude, I'm that #1 guy. They gotta see me on that field. If you want my job, you gotta take it. You gotta beat me out from it. That's my response. That's how I felt, and that's just believing in myself. Got to play my freshman year behind Donald Brown, who was a first-round pick to the Indianapolis Colts. Boy, not the best athlete, but ball. Rushing 2,000 yards, first-round pick. First-round pick, that's $32 million signing bonus. $32 million? What? Signing bonus for playing this game of football? Where do I sign up? You know what? Well, I gotta be next. I'm putting that in my head. I gotta be next. Grinding my sophomore year, I get to play. That game that you just seen there at Notre Dame, I was a sophomore. I was about 19 right there in college. That following year, one of my teammates, Jasper Howard, got stabbed and killed on campus. In front of my eyes. We're at UConn at a party, African American party, so at this time, you know, different people that don't attend our school get to come to this event. And, you know, they're dancing, you know, there's frats, if you guys know, they stepping, frats feel some type of way about themselves, you know. Us players, we feel some type of way about ourselves because we big, there's 100 of us, we in the weight room, we strong, we vibing, we ain't got no problems. And at the end of the time, to be honest with you, football players probably got more girls at the time. So they felt some type of way on top of that, you know. So we get outside, it was just homecoming. My friend Jazz just had a pick 6. Balls, won the game, we beat Louisville. So now we get there, we're having a good time. Like, guys, man, we ain't worried about nothing that they talking about. We ain't come here for that. We came here to celebrate our senior night and do what we gotta do. We vibe. The party lets out. As we get out of the party, there's a little scuffle, there's some things going on. You see some guys with their hands on their hips like this. You see some guys backing up like this. You see a group of guys fighting. At the time, I had family up, so I'm getting them to the car. I look across the street where the stadium is, where we play UConn basketball, there's a Husky statue there. My teammate is standing there, his name's Jasper Howard, he played cornerback, he's from Miami, Little Haiti. Small dude, probably 5'7", 160 pounds, but had a heart of a lion. We say, Jazz, watch out, these two guys run on him, he swings on one, he ducks on the other, boom, he gets stabbed. So he started coming aside, now he's coming to our side, like, bro, they just stabbed me, bro, they just stabbed me. He's like, you good? They just stabbed me, he said, bro, I'm finna faint. We're like, hold him up, we holding the wound, I'm about to faint. He goes down right there on the ground. So we thinking, we naive at the time. We're like, a stab wound in the stomach? He'll be all right. Ambulance, they're gonna come, he's gonna be all right. Ambulance come and take him away. We go back to our dorm rooms. We're in our apartments. If you live in Hilltop, you're in the apartments, somewhere in the dorm room. You're sitting there, you're waiting. You get that knock on the door. Boom, boom, boom. Hey guys, you lost Jazz. That's like your brother. I'm about to tear up. That's my brother I just lost. I don't lifted weights with you. I done played on the field with you. I done shed my blood for you. I would have took any block for you. I would have did anything that you asked. That's my brother. And you're gonna tell me I just lost him on some bullshit at the end of the day? Or not because on a fight that didn't need to happen, but if it was a fight, let it be with your hands and not a weapon. Or for 2-on-1 situation, and you're gonna take my man's life? He had a daughter on the way. He never got to meet his daughter. So at this time, we hurt. Like I said, we just lost a brother. We're in the locker room. His locker's still there. We left it the same way he left it. We ain't touch it. Like, that's his. You know what I mean? He belongs. That's his. We can't touch that. We going through it at a time. And actually, that was right before we know the first win that we got after that death, after his death, was that Notre Dame game. But his mom came into our locker room to speak to us. Let's talk about a strong woman. So strong. She knows she grew up in Little Haiti, the hood of Miami, Florida. She sent her son away to college at UConn where she thought he could only be safe. There's nothing for him to worry about. He's out of the hood. He's out of the streets. My son's in school. He's trying to get a degree. Or if not, he's going to the NFL. Like, and you lose your kid that way? She came in and gave us the type of strength that you can't get nowhere else. When a mother has to bury her son, that's crushing for any person. An unbelievable blow. She gave us that strength to bring us back together as one. So we go ahead, we continue. My junior year comes along. I decided to enter the NFL draft. I'm nervous. I'm 20 years old at the time. I've only been in college for 3 years, but I felt like I did what I needed to do. I don't put in the work. My film would speak for itself. That, you know, I'll get drafted and be able to let my dream play out. Day 1 goes by, draft picks, first round pick, second round pick. Day 2 goes by, third round pick, fourth round pick. Talking about stress, to this day, I was drafted 8 years ago. And I don't watch the draft till now. That stomach, that ache that I felt in my stomach and my heart, like you watching names go by, you praying and you hoping your name's coming across that screen and your name don't get called yet. You're going, man, I know him better than this guy. There's no way he's going before me. He gets drafted before you. I get a call from the San Diego Chargers. Hey, Jordan Todman, so how do you feel about being a Charger? At that moment, everything, all that hard work that I put in for, man, just hit me like, nobody could have took that from me. I was a real life dream come true. And we all had like a different type of feel, fellas. I'm trying to put it into you to get what I was feeling, but to understand lifted weight, refrigerator off my back. The dreams that I told my mom at 8 years old, I'm gonna make it, mama. I'm gonna take care of you. We're gonna do this. Now I finally get that call. I'm like, man, thank you. That opportunity. All I wanted was a foot in the door. I'm somebody, you give me an opportunity, I'm gonna take all that. You give me a dime, I'm gonna turn that to $1. I'm gonna find a way because my work ethic and my grind is just that powerful, that strong. Drafted to the 6th round to the Chargers, play there, have surgery, hurt my thumb, have surgery on my thumb, so now I get hurt. Go to Minnesota, have a high ankle sprain. Everson Griffin tackles me, rolls me up. I'm out for 6 weeks. I'm going through it. I'm stressed. I'm like 2 injuries back to back in a row, man. I'm about to get cut. And the NFL ain't like a regular job. It's a cutthroat business. What have you done for me lately? It's $1 billion business. If you can pay somebody $200,000 less for you to do that job, then they're gonna do that. There's a draft every year. There's young guys they're trying to bring in. We gotta suit them up. We gotta talk about them like they're gods. You gotta compare Baker Mayfield to Drew Brees. You gotta compare the next guy to the next guy. You gotta compare. You get what I'm saying? You get it. It's a bunch of hype man in this league. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You can say what you did, but if you ain't do it on tape and you ain't doing it on Sunday, it don't exist. Because the fans don't see it, the world don't see it. So I gotta find an opportunity. Go to Jacksonville. That's where I get my first start, my first opportunity. Maurice Jones-Drew had a foot injury. I was able to play running back. Led the whole preseason in rushing. Got some carries. Started playing some special teams. I was 2 years there. Went on to the next team. But for me, now I just finished my last. Went on to the Colts. Just finished my last season with the Houston Texans. At the end of the year, I had surgery on my thumb. I separated my shoulder. But at the end of the day, for me, it's like I get to play what I love. I get paid to do what I love to do. I done did this sport and played this for free for years upon years. So you're gonna pay me, allow me to support my family, my mom and them by playing this game. I'm gonna play till the wheels fall off. When you come from the mud, when you come from the hood, the project, Section 8, welfare, mama, no car, no license, that gives you that hunger in you, that hunger that you can't get from nowhere else. You see your mama struggling, you want to do that and help her. So I'm like, by any means necessary. Been in the NFL for 8 years now. And I grind and I work like I ain't got it. And my grind, my hustle, my drive ain't changed. Because I needed to keep getting it. I need to keep doing it. Success becomes so addictive. Like, think about that. The first time you benched and you maxed out on something, you're like, damn, I got this much. I only want more. That first time you rushed for 100 yards, you're like, the next time I'm rushing for 200. I only want more. The first time you get that A, that 100 on your test, you're like, that was easy. If I'm getting 100 now, why would I settle for a 60? Why would I settle for a 70 when I can get 100? You know what I'm saying? So like, my story that continues there. But something that I want to get to you, that I feel like the youth needs to know, and that I wish I knew at your age, is believe. Dream big and believe. I think half the time we get in our own problems, we get in our own heads and be like, no, we can't do this. You might see a nice car, like, that can't be mine. You might see a nice house, like, that can't be mine. Why can't it? Who says you can't have that? Who's stopping you from getting that? The thing is, my opportunity was no different than most of y'all. I came to school, maybe didn't love it, but I knew I had to come to school. I sat in that chair. I had teachers throwing knowledge at me, telling me, you need to do this, your grades need to be that. You need to go to college, you want to do this. But they couldn't make me do it. Like they got to say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. These teachers can give you all the knowledge, give you the books, give you the hope that you need, but nobody's going to do it for you. You got to want to do it. And your dream may be different than mine. It may not be a football. It might be whatever. And the most important time, there's something like when you guys leave here, I need you guys get a note card. Teachers, a piece of paper. Give them something. Write down your dream. Write down some goals. And write down a step. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? 5 to 10 years from now? And how are you going to get there? Without having a plan, you walk around blind. If I walk around blind, I'll sit here and walk into walls. I'll sit here and walk into trouble. And you got to know what you're doing it for. You get what I'm saying? What drives you? What makes you come to school every day? Why are you going to school? Why are you putting in this work? Once you have a goal and a dream, you know what you're reaching for. As you get steps, you get closer, you check that off. Boom. You get a step closer, you check that off. If we don't know what we're grinding for, what we're working for, what our true goals and our ambitions that we're doing it for, we walk around blind. And walking around blind in our city, it's so easy to walk into trouble. It's so easy to get caught and stuck in this trap because that's all we know. Do not settle. I'm telling you, please, do not settle. Don't take the bare minimum for what? Why live good if you can live great? And ain't nobody holding you back but yourself. Believe it. That's all you got to do is believe it. And if you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect somebody else to believe in you? Nobody else is gonna, hey, you know what? You're gonna be the best. I trust and believe, but if you, and it may be the truth, but if you don't believe it, then I'm wasting my time and yours. You're gonna be here. The day's gonna go by. You're gonna keep going to school, but you can't go through the motions of it. You get what I'm saying? When you go through the motions, that's all you're doing. So now you graduate, you got your GED, and you're like, okay, what do I gotta do now? You're 21, 22, now you got a family. You gotta support them. So what do you wanna support them and have them with needs and doing good? As a parent, I'm a parent. I have 2 beautiful daughters. My goal is to raise them to be queens. 2 queens that don't need nothing from nobody. Because dad installed that into them that, hey, yeah, we live good, but now I want you to live better than that. Don't be content and settle with this. Like, once you get caught and content, you put yourself in that bubble and that cage. Once you let people determine and tell you what you're gonna do with your life, you get stuck in that cage. It's a bubble that you get caught up in, and you need to break it. Break that cycle. And you can love your family and love all your people, of course. Love your city, love where you come from. Rep that to the fullest. But understand that you're trying to get better than that. There's so much more in this world, you just gotta see it. The game of NFL took me to all over the country. I played 3 games in London. I would have never thought I would have been in London. Been in Mexico, been in the Cabo, been all over the world from this game of football. Around football, running around with pads and hitting somebody brought so much for me and my family that I never thought it would happen. But believing in yourself, that's the most thing is first, biggest things first. Have a goal, and have a dream. If you don't know what you're working towards, then you're working for nothing. And then how do you know you're getting closer? How do you know you're doing what you need to do if you don't have them goals getting marked off? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a regimen of your life. And you get what you put in. Like, you do the bare minimum, like I said, you won't get that bare minimum. You step in that weight room, you're like, I did 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, that's enough. But you don't know, there's people all around the world working and grinding to take what you got. This is a cutthroat business in the world, not just football. Teachers competing for this, doctors competing for that, going to college, you're going to have to compete for the rest of your life. Put that and install that to you right now. Once you got that knowledge, nobody can take that from you. The degrees, the life learned lessons that you got, no one can take that from you. You deserved it. You took that. You know what I'm saying? Do not get stuck in any circumstance that you're in and get stuck with that. You believe that there's more to it. Don't let the small city, the small things get you caught up in it. And if you compare yourself to greatness, get a mentor that's doing great and follow their lead. So when you talk about mentors, my mentors changed throughout my life. Once I got to the NFL, I'm like, okay, I'm looking in the locker room. I'm in the locker room with Antonio Gates, Phillip Rivers, Lights Out Merriman, these type of dudes, these great NFL players that I played with in Madden, I played in video games, I played with Michael Vick, people in your backyard, I'm throwing it like I'm Vick, but now I'm working with these dudes. They're in the same locker room as me. I'm trying to see what they're doing. You're going to have people in your life that are living one way, you got people that are living the other way, you know what I'm saying? So you're like, well damn, this guy's been in the NFL for 10 years, he's a $30 million dude. Got a wife, got a family, he's living the right way, got a nice car. There's another dude, he's been in the league 6, 7 years. He's known for partying, he's known for drugs. Got 3 or 5 years baby mamas, he's doing this. Which one do you want to be? You know what I'm saying? You choose, you lean towards, I kind of like this guy's style. So you start to follow this style. You see, okay, he's in the weight room at 6 in the morning. He's putting it in. He got his supplements, he got a schedule, and he's sticking to it. I like this type of thing. So you ain't got to copy it, but you want to mimic your life after him because he's been there. He's paved the way. He's been a young rookie. He's been 22. He's been 23 before. What did he do to get to where you're at right now? What was a life learned lesson that you had? If you can go back and change something, what would you change? These are questions that I asked, and I would pick people's brains to do that. All right, cool. I like that. When you start doing that type of stuff, it changes. I believe it changes. And then this high school is an important part of your life, but it's such a small part of your life, and it goes by so fast. Before you know it, it's over. It's over. And then you can ask your brothers, older brothers, cousins, moms, man, when you graduated high school, what was on your mind? What was your goal? What did you do? She might be like, I don't know. Some of them had a path. Some of them had a plan. But right now, install that plan in yourself right now. And I'm not sure